Hello friend, I welcome you to my channel Laser Graphics and Multimedia, and in today's video you are going to learn how to create simple abstract web banner in Photoshop step-by-step tutorial. But before I dive into tutorial, if you are very new to this channel, remember to click on the subscribe, turn on the notification bell, so each time I post content about Photoshop you'll be notified. So with that being said, so let's dive into the tutorial and see how you can create simple abstract web banner in Photoshop. So the first thing first, you have to go to your home tab right here. You go to File, and make sure you click on New. Then from the points here, you have to type in the title of your design, abstract banner. Okay, then you have to come to this place here. Make sure you change from inches to pixel. So having changed to pixel, then you have to come to width. So under the width column, you have to type in 1339. That is for the width. Then you have to come to height column. Then for the height column, you just have to type in 346. You have to come to color mode right here. Make sure you choose RGB color. Then you have to come down below here. This time around, you need to make sure you click on create. Okay, so you can press Ctrl minus to zoom in. Now, next thing you need to do right here is to start to play around with shapes and color. So we have to go to our toolbar right here. So we have to click and hold down. This time around, we need to choose, we're going to form everything from rectangle. So we have to choose rectangle. Then having choose a rectangle, you have to draw a rectangle. So the next thing you want to do is to come here and make sure you close the property. So the next thing you need to do is to go to the edit. From edit, make sure you look for free transform, or you press Ctrl T on your keyboard. You're going to be fine. All right. So, the next thing you need to do is to come to the home tab right here, and for the angle, just type in 20 angle. Okay. Once you type in 20 angle, the shape is going to bend a little bit. Then you can adjust your shape this way. All right, so next thing you need to do is to come to the top right here, click on this check mark to accept the transform. All right, so next thing we need to do right here is to make a duplicate, is to come back to layer right here. We come back to the background, and after we come back to the background layer, then we have to come down below here and make a new layer. Then having make a new layer, we need to make another rectangle. So we have to fall back to our toolbar right here. We click and hold down, and then this time around we still need to choose a rectangle. So having choose your rectangle, you can just draw another rectangle this way. So you can come to the shape property right here and click on here. This allows you to pick another color. We can change the color to black so that we'll be able to differentiate them. Okay, so next thing we want to do right here is to go back to edit, and then we look for free transform. Now we have to come to the angle right here also, and we make sure we make it 20 angle or so. Okay, so next thing we want to do right here is to right click on the shape. Having right click on the shape, we have to flip to vertical. So we are going to have stuff like this. Then we can easily adjust the shape this way. So we can keep rotating the angle. Okay, so we can take it up a little bit and adjust it to make sure it snaps at the bottom. So once we are done with the adjustment, we have to come to the check mark here and click on here to accept the transform. Next thing we want to do here is to make a duplicate of this shape. We have to fall back to the layer. We right click on the layer right here, and we look for duplicate layer. So we can call this one shape 2 and rectangle 2 and click on OK. So the rectangle 2 right here, we have to double click on the layer thumbnail. So we need to change the color so that we will be able to differentiate them, and click on OK. Then we have to adjust this. And then we need to make sure it snaps to one another this way. Okay. So one more thing we can do here, we can select on this particular first rectangle and we adjust it a little bit. So we have something like this. Then we have to press Shift key and select the second rectangle, and then we can just drag them out a little bit. Okay. So one more thing we can do here, we can select on the first rectangle right here, and we have to go back to our rectangle again, and then this time around we need to come to the rectangle property and we change this color to white. We can increase the stroke width. Okay, 10.4 for the stroke width. So we're going to have stuff like this. Okay, next thing we can do here is to apply is to make a duplicate of this. We have to press Hotkey and we drag this one here, and we make sure it snap here. Okay, so we have to fall back to this particular shape right here, and this time around we need to change the color. So we have to double click on the layer thumbnail right here. Then having double click on the layer thumbnail, then from the point here you can change the color. Then I'm going to you can see the color code right here. This is the color code I use for this below right here, and then you click on OK. So we have to select on this particular shape right here, and we have to double click on the layer thumbnail. Then we look for another color. So right here is the color code I use for this. So you can see the color code right here. Okay, so once you apply the color, you have to click on OK. So this time around you have to fall back to this particular shape right here, and I will double click on the layer thumbnail, and I'll bring out I will use my eye color dropper and pick the color, and click on OK. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is to select this particular layer. Then I will go to File, then I will look for Place Embedded. Have to right click on the image, and I'll flip to horizontal. Then we'll come to the home tab right here. I'll click on this check mark to accept the free transform. Then I'll right click on the image layer, and I'll look for create clipping mask. Next thing I'm going to do is to fall back to the rectangle layer, and I will select my rectangle shape, and I will come to the property right here. I will increase the stroke width, and I'm clicking on OK. So we have it this way. So you can press Ctrl minus to zoom in, and Ctrl plus to zoom out. So at this point here, the next thing to do is to add text and icons and logo to our banner.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win at life. I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win at life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget.